Over the last couple of weeks, chances are you've seen more deer and fawns in Siouxland, and believe it or not, this is something that happens every year.
KTIV's Joe McMahon talked with local wildlife experts to find out what you should do if you ever cross paths with one.
It's that time of year again.
So fawns generally start showing up the end of May or early June, and they're a little later than the other baby animals calls that we get.
If you find a fawn in your area, here's some advice.
Best thing to do is leave it alone, leave the area, and don't go back and recheck it. Mom will show up, she'll come back.
While a fawn may look abandoned, that's usually not the case.
Most people think it's abandoned because they're not seeing a parent or a doe around. The mom might be off feeding, and that's what fawns are supposed to do. They're supposed to lay there quietly and wait for their mom to come back. Or the second reason might be because you're there and you've scared the mom away. So you really need to leave the area, don't touch the fawn, and the mom will come back.
You may not be sure if you should step in and help, but the best thing you can do is call a professional.
Try to stay out of the area best you can. If things get out of the hand or people don't know how to take care of it, call one of the conservation officers and we can help troubleshoot or even come check it out.
There's also a big reason why they don't want you to move fawns.
We do get a lot of calls on these guys this time of year, every year, we aren't allowed to rehab them in the state of Iowa right now. That's a directive from the DNR. It is what it is to stop the spread of disease. So the best thing for the animal is always to just leave it alone.
Because the absolute best thing is to keep that wild animal in the wild.
In Sioux City, Joe McMahon, KTIV News 4.